Hey guys, RavenSylphe here. Welcome back to another episode of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. I don't know what I was about to say, but I was thinking about said book party. I think that would be a much more pleasant game. Book Party Corpse of Shadows. It doesn't sound like Oregon. That sounds almost more like a suspenseful game. Anyways, we are heading on into chapter 5, Shangri-La. Hopefully, as the name suggests, it will be a much more tranquil and peaceful episode than the last one. Probably not. This is Corpse Party after all. Let's get into it. I deserve punishment for my... Oh, Earth Morishige. I deserve punishment for my actions. Each time I took a photograph with my phone, its flash made the school walls shine a bright, heavenly light. This was a place of solitude. Only she and I, not another soul to be found. I just can't stay away. Oh God. I was acutely aware that the hand in which I held my cell phone had begun sweating, and my breathing had become uncontrollably heavy. I was getting steadily more excited, and it was all because of her. A perfect flower, brightly adorning the wall with this myriad colors. Such was the departed female form spread before me. When I first encountered her, it took me several moments just to comprehend what I was seeing. I'd never beheld a person with such grievous injuries before. I'm not even certain the word injuries would apply in a situation like this. What state of mind could cause someone to do this to another human being? I was certain this action had been wrought by human hands, largely because both of her arms had been nailed to the wall with construction-grade linchpins based solely on the dug-out abdomen, seemingly with the use of tools. The intestines lying on the floor, the smashed eyeballs, and the exposed jaw. One might think she'd been torn apart by wild animals, but the linchpins and the faint traces of bloody handprints here and there provided otherwise. And yet, this bold, finely crafted display of her body shows a clear will and a fiery passion on the part of the orchestrator. I knew Morishige was creepy. I knew it. But we really didn't need to go into his psyche. The blood that spluttered far and wide shone in my flash like a bright red flame. The whole chunks of flesh were strewn about like flower petals. This flayed, eviscerated corpse with arms outstretched and nailed to the wall brought to mind images of Jesus nailed to the cross. But she was even purer than that. There was no self-sacrifice here, no lesson to be taught. Whoever did this clearly had fun with it. They enjoyed killing her. They enjoyed destroying her. I suppose there are animals who kill for the food, not for food, but for sport, leaving the carcasses of their prey behind. Of course, even intelligent animals like the lion, monkey, and dolphin can be subject to occasional exclusionism and abuse within their ranks. Yet only humans possess the capacity to turn their violence and violent impulses into art. Can that truly be all there is to it, though? My internal monologue had become soliloquy, if only for a moment. What was it about this girl that fascinated me so? Witnessing the aftermath of a murderer's actions did provide a certain freeing sense of childlike helplessness, to be sure. But why had she in particular stricken my fancy? This whole school is a veritable corpse party. Let's see what you did there. I've seen so many bodies since I've arrived here, but none like hers. The moment I laid eyes on her will stay with me always. Not just the sight, but the smell, too, hanging in the air like steam after a hot bath. She was young, junior or senior high age, but that's about all I could determine. Her uniform was tattered and soaked through with blood, and there was no student ID name tag to be found. The only reason I believed her to be a she, in fact, was due to the presence of a makeup bag, an ornate tortoiseshell jewelry box on the ground nearby. I don't have the slightest clue who she may be, so why am I so drawn to her? Please tell me who you are. Yep, there he goes. The alarm on my cell phone sounded as if in answer. Oh dear, is it already this late? A production of The Barber of Seville was airing at the MHK Educational Network this evening, and Mayu had asked me to record it for her. Being away from my TV at the time, I'd set a few reminding alarms on my phone to sound at regular intervals beforehand. Mayu was most renowned for her love of sweets and accessories and such, and I often wondered if anyone else knew how much she enjoyed the works of Rossini. I need to find Mayu. She's lost without me. Ah, bright and beautiful Mayu, beloved by all who knew her. I was the only one aware of the weaknesses that lay within her heart. Therefore, I was the only one who could truly protect her. Speaking of weaknesses, I wonder what's become of Mochita's little sister. I certainly enjoyed chasing her around earlier. I gave her quite a fright. I adored watching her run for dear life. It was an act befitting a psychopathic pedophile. Yet, I am no such thing. Why then did I glean such joy from it? Because you're an insane bastard. I simply found her frail, cowering countenance to be irresistibly precious, not precocious. Wrong term. The sight of an overwhelmingly weak person standing before me, utterly helpless and alone, elated my very soul. The sensation was nearly orgasmic. Yow. Ow. Yet this was a friend's sister. For all the torment I'd caused, I'd certainly intended no harm. I'm gonna have to put a warning at the end of this episode, aren't I? Yeah, weird. Well, I put my warnings anyways, but I'm gonna put an extra warning. Because I get a feeling this episode is going to be really messed up. The pierced threat I represented just spawned such panic and horror within her that I couldn't help myself. Thinking back upon it still makes me smile. I swear it feels like there's another me slowly and steadily awakening within. No, this isn't right. This isn't who I am. Could it be that this nightmarish location is messing with my head? Indeed, this wouldn't do at all. If I were to return to the real world with Mayu and the others without first discarding this new me, I could no longer be able to live the way I did before. I suppose I'll need to erase all the pictures and movies I've stored on my phone. Including hers. Episode 5, Shangri-La. Great. Mitsuki. Emmy, Toko, anybody at all? Is anybody there? Crap, my phone. Is it okay? Damn it, the strap broke. Ugh. It's probably a girl and I'm just... Nobody's here either. Where'd everybody go? Hard to believe we were just in the student council room. I guess that surgical charm is what did us in, huh? This wasn't such an ordinary school building. Some fellow student, council members, and classmates and I all did that weird ritual, and then I passed out. I thought maybe it was anemia or something. But when I woke up, I found myself in this surreally disturbing place. My friends were nowhere to be found. At first, I thought maybe it was just Toko playing a prank on me, but I quickly realized that I went far beyond that. I got angry. I screamed. I cowered in fear and begged anyone who would hear me to stop doing this. But ultimately, I was just talking to air. This is all felt like a bad dream. And I prayed in my heart of hearts that that's all it was. Because I knew I wouldn't be able to stand being in this horrible place all alone. I just wanted to see someone, to be with someone. I just wanted someone to call my name. I'm Mitsuki Yamamoto. I had it right the first time. I don't get this voice, I'm sorry. An 11th grader at Byakudan Senior High School. I serve as clerk for student council. I'm right here, everyone. Right here. I can't even tell if it's a girl or boy. So... And... through the door. The door is frozen in place, as if it's just a decoration on the wall. It doesn't even rattle when pushed. Damn it, the windows were the same way. What the hell is going on in here? I'm not going to accomplish anything by staying in one place. I need to keep looking for my friends. Mitsuki. Well, who's there? It's me. Me, Kurosaki.
Kurosaki, where are you? We were in the same hallway, but separated by a huge hole in the floor. Still, I'd finally found someone. Kensuke Kurosaki, a classmate of mine from 2-4. After being alone in here all this time, finally, a friend. I could barely contain my exuberance, because his voice just sounds so excited.
Oh!
Okay.
Is it really this guy? He was this voice in the last one. Kurosaki, I'm so glad you're alright. Or unless that's No, I got it wrong. You too, are you holding up? I'm not hurt or anything, right?
No, I'm fine. How about you, Kurosaki? Where are the others?
I wish I knew. I only just woke up and I'm still trying to figure out how I got here.
No kidding. We were all in the student council room, right? But so how did it come we're in a rundown school now? Did someone carry us here while we were unconscious?
That's the only explanation I can think of, but I can't imagine anyone actually doing that.
Yeah, they'd have to be pretty sick. But then, well, have you seen what's in here with us, Kurosaki?
The dead bodies? Yeah, first time in my life I've ever seen the real deal. I was about ready to piss my pants when I realized what I was looking at. He wouldn't be the only one.
Oh, come on.
I'm serious. This place is so not safe. We need to find Kazami. And Fukuroi and the others and get the hell out of here.
Kurosaki carefully inched closer to the hole in the corner, bit by bit, and took a good long look inside. You could leap right over that, I'll bet. I mean, you're in the baseball club and you're good at sports, so something like this should be no problem.
There's no way I'd have to be a track star to clear that.
Well, you'll never be one that kind of attitude.
Man, you don't mince words, do you? Wouldn't expect anything less from you, though.
Ah, that voice changed. I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'm going to go try to find some other way around. I know, these voices are gonna get so annoying. Not just for you, but for me.
Wait.
You stay there, Mitsuki, in case anyone else shows up while I'm gone.
You need to be in such a hurry. Why don't we stay here for a little while? My, don't leave me alone. I guess I can be kind of a pain in the ass sometimes in class and in student council meetings alike. I'm always daring to take charge. I suppose I'll have to be all docile and sweet. Like, I mean, if I try to want to be treated like a lady. Oh, it's a girl. Out of range. Damn, right when I need the most too. The time displayed on my phone read 29:09. Yeah, that's not a real time. I was about trying to calculate that. I was like, wait. Well, that's certainly not right. Maybe I got messed up when I dropped. I don't like those noises. Kurosaki's taken an awful long time. I sure hope nothing happened to him. Hey, anybody there? Kurosaki? I'm here, over here, Kurosaki.
Mitsuki, is that you?
Fukuroi?
Oh. I should give all these guys really doofy voices.
Thank goodness, I was looking all over for you, Mitsuki. It was Masato Fukuroi, a classmate of mine and the student council president. He always had a scowl on his face and dug his heels into the ground at everything, but right now his cold absence was as welcome as could be. Fukuroi, I'm so glad you're alright. Wait, wasn't that exactly the same thing I said to Kurosaki? I really need to get some new material. I'm sorry, you caught me right as I was starting to panic. I mean, we're in this horrible place, and Kurosaki wandered off. Slow down, this isn't like you, Mitsuki. Is he blushing? Are you saying Kensuke is here is it Kensuke? Would it be Kensuke? I don't know how to pronounce it, please. Are you saying Kensuke is here too? Yeah, he was on the other side of that pit, and since he couldn't figure out how to cross it, he just ran off to find some alternate way around.
I see, jumping the gun is always thin.
Have you found anyone else, Fukuroi? What about Taco? Probably Toko. I'm gonna call him Taco.
I'm afraid not. Not Okawa or Katayama either. And no Kazami.
Well, Kazami's probably fine by himself.
You might be right. He's strong in body and strong of will. I doubt there's a place like this. I doubt even a place like this could bring him down.
At any rate, once we've reunited with Kurosaki, we should make finding the others our first priority.
Maybe we should try to find an alternative route around this pit ourselves then.
Is that really such a good idea, though? What if Kurosaki gets here after we've already left?
Then he'll wait for us, and we'll set about finding our own route. There's a good chance we'll run into him along the way. We might even upon the others, too.
You're right. We can't just stand around or we'll never get anywhere. And I have to admit, I am worried about Taco and the others.
Me, too. We have to confirm the safety of everyone from Byakuden as soon as possible.
The door to the art room is locked up tight. Okay. So then, I guess all we can do is descend the stairs. Oh, did it say we're in the other wing? Let's go to the oh yeah, we are in the second wing, aren't we? Remember the second wing? Yeah. See, that goes to the main building. Yeah, there's the boys' room on this floor and then the girls' room on the other floor. If I remember right. It's the music room. The first thing I noticed when entering the room was a stack of candles and a box of matches right in front of my eyes. Had someone left those behind? These look fine. As long as they're not too damp, they should still be perfectable. Come on, flame. I struck one of the matches along the side of the box, and the small red flame flickered into being. I propped up one of the loose candles and placed a burning match against its wick. It may not be much, but hopefully if someone comes into this room and sees this candle, they'll know there are other living beings in here with them. I decided it would be best to take the remaining candles and the box of matches with us, just in case we need them. Whoa. Woohoo. The piano. Let's look at the piano. Fukuroi, look, there's something in there. Something small was firmly jammed between two of the keys on the piano. It seemed like they seemed to have been wedged and with tremendous force, making it impossible to move either of the surrounding keys.
Yeah, that's definitely something there, but I don't think we'll be getting it out anytime soon.
We needed something we could fit in the tiny space between the keys in order to pop it out. Sorry. Let's see. Let's go to the exit. Let's see what's there. Oh, excuse me. I seem to have a habit of doing that in Let's Plays. Oh god. Do I wanna... I'm gonna save. We're gonna save a lot in this one since we actually have control of our characters. A decomposed human cranium. Oh, gross. Puts the top left cubby on the shelf. It mustn't have been easy to get it fit, as there are tiny pieces of flesh and scalp tissue all along the frame. The only standout injury is to the jaw, which is clearly smashed in, giving the face an eerie, unnatural expression. Based on what's left of its facial features and the cut of its hair, it's likely a male middle school student. Looking closely. When I do this voice, I bob my head. It's kind of weird. Looking closely, something seems to have been shoved into his mouth. Look, there's something in there.
Let's check it out, dude.
I can definitely see something in his mouth, but I don't think I can, you know.
Allow me. Definitely not a fan of maggots crawling all over me.
Fukuro dug around inside the mouth of the severed head for a few moments, then he finally withdrew his hand. Why'd you do that? I did talk before about being squeamish, but at the same time, that sounds like a bad idea. He was gripping something tightly between his now foul-smelling, discolored, and dully glistening fingers. Here, I've got tissues.
Why, thank you. It seems to be a key of some sort.
After thoroughly wiping off all the maggots and bits of rotting flesh, the item Fukuro produced from the head looked like a classic... took on that classic look of an old copper key. Let us see. There's the staff room. It said the art room is closed. So, it was locked. So maybe we want to go to the art room? Which was down this way, I think. Yeah, because the rest of it's all closed off. Yes. Yeah, the art room was closed off. Maybe we can use the key here. Let's see here, door. The door is locked. I wonder if that key we found will work here. Let's use the old key. Yeah. Alright, it's a match. Oh, right, we have to do this. Can't just click on it to go into it. Easels. Okay, that one obviously doesn't have anything on it. Oh, let's look at this one. It's a still life depicting hydrangeas. There's a palette knife placed underneath the canvas. This seems like something we might be able to use. Maybe we can wedge the thing out of the music key. We never knew, and you never know when something like this might come in handy. Acquired palette knife. Yes. See, I am a girl. I didn't notice that before. I heard this voice thinking I was a guy, but I changed it to a girl. Oh, we're going to end this episode just for too long. I hate that noise. Yeah, let's go ahead and use it here. Fukurai, look, there's something in there. We already did this. Something small is
Yes, there's something in there. We've already looked at this.
Yes. Hey, what about the palette knife we found in the art room? Let's try it. Fukurai took the palette knife in hand and started digging between the keys of the piano with it in an attempt to dislodge whatever was stuck. It took a lot more effort than expected and created an unpleasant scraping sound that kind of hurt my ears, but ultimately...
Alright, I got it. A goodie.
It's a key, totally different shape and size than the one we used to open the art room to. So it's obviously not a copy. Fukurai handed me the small box, which I immediately pocketed.
So, now where do we go?
Let's see. Let's look around here for a sec. No. What's this? There's a row of awards and plaques on one of the shelves here. Among them sits a small rectangular box. What could this be? Take the box. It's locked. Let's try using that key we found on the piano. The key turned without any resistance, and the heavy glass door opened right away. I removed the rectangular box from inside and marveled at the feel of the wood. It was made of paulownia, making it smooth and lightweight. Let's have a look inside, shall we?
Doesn't seem dangerous or anything.
Hope you didn't just jinx us. There is a corpse lying over there with something sparkling at its feet that I don't want to touch.
You wouldn't worry, even if there's a bomb in there, I'm sure we'll be able to handle it. You'd be able to just fine.
Not supposed to be the girl's line. I couldn't believe I'd just laughed. I guess Fukuroi's overtly serious deadpan reactions had become a source of strength for me. He's blushing. I can't even describe how grateful I was just to have him there. He was like a pillar of strength. With that in mind, I fearlessly opened the paulownia box. Inside, wrapped in silk, was a small wooden board inked with calligraphy. What is this? It looks like the kind of thing you'd see in somebody's grave.
That's exactly what it is. It's a wooden grave tag. A kind of protective charm. It's the sort of thing they burn at Buddhist cedar stick ceremonies.
Oh, great. I wasn't particularly well versed in Buddhist practices, but on a place like this, any sort of protective charm seemed like a good idea to have. Yeah? Yup. I'm not looking at the corpse. Nope. You know what? We need to go find what's his face, so let's head this way. Was it Kurosaki? Kosuke? Something like that. Bum bum. No bum 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 bumps. Bum.
Oh! Hi, Ghosty.
I don't want to talk to you. Otedoke, you just stay there. I'm just gonna pick this up after I save. I didn't pick up after the corpse, so I'm just gonna do this one. Because it feels right. It looks like the key from an old wind-up machine. Wind-up toy. It's just an old wind-up key.
But why does it wind up? It looks like it's about the right size for a toy, but in this place you never really know.
We might as well take it with us then. We may come across whatever attaches to it at some point. You know what? Since we just saved, let's go here. And try the girls' bathroom. Oh. The girls' bathroom entrance is covered in protective charms and seems to be shut up tight. Why? The atmosphere feels heavier here than it does anywhere else, and the door is covered in protective charms. It seems like it to be shut up tight. It's not even locked. It just won't open. Maybe we can use that grave tag we found to get inside. Let's try it.
The writing on these paper charms really does look pretty similar to the writing on the grave tag, but what are they supposed to do with it?
Maybe try chucking it at the seals.
Seems like a good way to get cursed. How about I just sit it on the ground nearby instead?
Fukuroi did exactly that, and after only a few moments, there was a notable change in the air. Then all of a sudden, the grave tag emitted a bright blue light, and the door was engulfed in flames. Crap, the whole building all burned down.
No, wait, look.
I'd already turned to run, but at Fukuroi's urging, I turned back, and I have to admit, what I saw defied my expectations and explanations as well. The flames weren't actually engulfing the door, but rather just protective paper charms affixed to it. The door, the wall, the floor were untouched. After several seconds of burning, the paper charms were completely vaporized, and the flames dutifully vanished, as if they were never even there, and the door looks like it got broken. Yeah. Okay, right, we gotta do this and go into the girls' room, because that's always a safe place in these games. And I think I see somebody hanging there. You know, before we check that out, I am going to end this episode, and we will check it out next time. So, like, favorite, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye! What? Oh yeah, it is her. Legs have been severed at the thigh, like completely cut off. How could anyone do something like that? No! The man straddled the girl and tied both of her arms into metal restraints attached to the table. No, what was he planning on doing to her? Coming this way. No, no, please, no. The man passed right by the standing closet, instead turning his attention toward the nearby corner of the room where he began rummaging through a toolbox.